What's up everyone, welcome to today's video. I hope you are all doing well. So today we are going to be trading with the MACD using the default settings. So fast period 12, slow period 26, signal period 9, right? The goal is basically to be taking buy trades on the cross above and off of green bars, and then to take sell trades off of the cross below, off of these red bars, as long as they match, right? The candles here after a crossover need to match in color. And then obviously the opposite for a buy, they need to match. So you'll see how that works just now. Let's just enter our demo balance into the trading calculator, 1,145. Let's just do that here. So it's 1,145.21. The reason I'm not using my real balance on this is because this isn't a guarantee to make money, and it still shouldn't be a guarantee for you to make money if the strategy does work out at the end of the session. These strategies are just for you to obviously understand how quick trading works and to build that, just to build that better understanding overall. Here we can start with 2 buys to the upside because we did see that green bar. I did accidentally place a 1 minute trade there, so we're just going to forget about that and just restart our session. Just forget about the mistake I made there. Luckily, you see why we also do it on a demo, because stupid mistakes happen when you're trading outside of your normal system, right? So we're just going to re-enter the balance here into 1,121. Let's just do that, 1,121. So we're going to make our trade size 11.21. 11.21, and let's begin with the strategy itself. So here we can start to take a sell on these 5-second trades because we obviously see a cross down and the colors correspond. That's a break-even trade there. You can obviously look for another one here. That would obviously be a loss. I just want to make sure how is these trades going to end. Hopefully they end in a loss so it doesn't mess with our data. Okay, perfect. So here we had a losing trade over there. So we're going to add that. Pretty much we're going to treat it like a normal session. We're going to aim for plus 12. We're going to stop at minus 56. And then we'll obviously see how the strategy performs over the long run. And we can see where we want to put our stop losses and also our take profits. Looks like this is angling to the upside, so we're going to take a buy here, obviously just following the color of these bars and the direction of the MACD. We see a winning trade there, which we can add, but we see it still is continuing in the direction, and we can always enter pretty much until we lose, right? Until we lose, we get out. So there we had a losing trade. So we won 2, right? We won 2 trades here, and then we lost 1. So let's record that. There we go. Right, perfect. We're going to keep going with the strategy and I'll continue to break it down more and more as we go. So here we have a angle upwards with the MACD, and we have a losing trade there, which is fine. Pretty much I was looking based off of the colors of these bars going upwards. We can take a re-entry on here because we are angling upwards, trying to push to the upper direction. We did lose on these 2, so that's completely okay. So far, the strategy isn't looking too great, but that's okay. We're going to keep moving forward and look for better opportunities. This looks like a good buying opportunity here. And if we win, we'll go again. There we go, we won. We're pretty much just following this crossover and also the colors of the bars. So then we won 2 already, and then this one's going to look like a losing trade. The reason is because the green line has crossed above. We've seen green bars over here, which also corresponds to the color of our candle, where we can take that trade. So we won 2 here, and then we had a losing trade over here. Let's continue to look for more trades. So here we see a correspondence in the color. We see a green one and also a green bar here, which means that we can start to look for buys in the direction of the MACD. Let's see how this turns out. Looks like we got a winning trade and a losing trade. So we had a win there, and then we had a loss here. Perfect. So the reason is because the MACD is trending upwards, and we also have a green bar that formed, signaling a potential uptrend, and it also corresponded with the color of the candle. Here we see a potential reversal because the MACD is starting to angle downwards and we're seeing red bars. We did lose that trade though, so we're going to have to record that. Now we're seeing the MACD angling back up again with the green bars and also the green candle here. So we can start to look for buys. Another loss over there. This is a strategy I found on YouTube, which means that it doesn't guarantee any results at all. In fact, it's probably not going to bring us the money that we are looking for. Here's another trade that we can take to the downside. So that's obviously 2 wins. And pretty much you go until you lose, right? So there we lost. So we won 2 here. So we can add those 2 wins. 1 win, 2 win, and then we're going to add that loss. So what I'm now starting to notice here is probably move my take profit up to +3. And then my stop loss I'll keep at -5 for now, so that we can obviously move up to break even and try and catch more profits. But let's see how this goes in the future. Pretty much entering on the angle down of the MACD and the red bars. Let's just make sure we get good entries here before I continue to explain how this has been working out for us so far. This looks like 4 in a row so far, 5 in a row. Looks like we're going to lose this one. And we're right. So we won 5. Right, we won 5. Maybe we move this back up to maybe 7. Or actually we make it a 1-1 risk to reward now. So we won 5. So let's add 5 here real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right, now because we hit that winning streak, we're going to move our stop loss up to break even. Right, so what we're going to do is actually make this 0. Right, so we're going to times this by 0. To make our stop loss 0. So now, worst case scenario, you would lose nothing on the session. Best case, we're aiming for +5, which is just like 3 units away, 3 winning trades away. The reason I took this trade was because we obviously had the crossover all the way up here, but the bars only started increasing in volume at this point here. We see the angle down of the signal line, the green signal line, and we also see a correspondence in the color of the candle over here. And also the red bar here, which meant it was a good place to buy. Here's a good place to where we would have bought as well. Now we're waiting for a cross below. Over here, or continuation to the upside. If we do see a green candle, but if we see a cross below, we want to see a red candle form over here and a red bar form as well, which can be this candle right here. Bang, we would enter on that because we obviously see red candle and red candle with the crossover of the signal line. We obviously lose that trade. But we can continue. I'm going to actually move my stop loss and just give myself a bit more room over here to trade with, just in case we do have a bit of a drawdown like we did over here and over here. Not too bad of a drawdown, so we should be able to sustain any losing streaks that we do have. Here it looks like a good place to take a sell. So we're going to take that sell, and we're just going to keep going and catching these streaks. Looks like we're losing that one, so we won that trade. And then we lost this trade over here. So we're gonna note that. Looks like here is a good place to sell on the continuation of this streak. Actually, no, that was a terrible place, because why would I be trying to sell when there are green bars? It's obviously indicating that we're trying to move to the upside. So not the play good, like the best place to enter there. So I'm just gonna add a loss. We can enter on this one, however. Start to look for trades to the upside. We can take an increase in the size of the trades here to make sure that we do profit, and then we can continue on this. So now we're up 1 unit, we're up 2 units, we're up. Okay, so we won 1 unit there, so we can just add 1. Okay, now I know exactly what I need to be aiming for in the session. I'm gonna move stop loss up to +3, and then I'll take profit down to -3. So now we're aiming for 33, or our stop loss is at -11. Now we're going to start looking for a case to the downside here. There we go. Oh, bad entry. That's just pocket option manipulated price there. And once again, over there, we're just going to take that break-even trade. So we obviously lost that one there, but then won this one. Still takes us back up into profit, but it's a very choppy session at the moment. And I think that's obviously just due to how the markets are around this time, but it could also just be impacted because of the way the strategy is behaving, or how good the strategy is. It looks like we got a good push to the downside here that we can follow. Fortunately not. So it looks like we're gonna end the session in the red with this strategy. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but we're gonna see if we can catch this, move to the upside and continue it. And that's not the case. We would lose that and obviously hit our stop loss. But now for the sake of this video, I'm gonna take it back to normal and we're just gonna trade freely for a bit more like this, and then obviously just to see if the strategy does continue to perform like this, or if we do actually start to see a bit of results. So here we could take a sell. Over here, there's one win, there's 2 wins, 3 wins, and a break even. Okay, so because we broke even there, we actually didn't have a losing trade at all. So we won one trade there, we won another trade, and then another trade like that. Perfect. So this is where you do have the exception of whether you want to move your stop loss back to what it originally was, which is 5, and then you'll take profit at 12 on the calculator. So here we can obviously trade a bit freely, but because we did go into a loss and we did hit our first stop loss, which we set at -1 over here, that we did update. Obviously, we moved it down because we want to have a bit more room to play with. But because we did go into losses, I'm still going to keep my take profit at this amount here at plus 33, just so that we can obviously finish this video in the green. You know, we want to make money. Well, they were money, but we want to say that we did find our strategy successful. So if we win this, we've done it. There we go. We get a win here, and we also get a win here. And obviously their take profit is reached. This was not our original take profit. Our original take profit was actually this 134. But because we had such a choppy session here, I moved it down to 3. And we obviously weren't able to hit that at this point. We were only able to hit it now. But because we went down into drawdown, we could actually adjust our stop loss and move it back to what it originally was, right? Because the stop loss was actually at our adjusted points to -11, but obviously we could adjust that back to what it was originally at the start of the video, which then gave us a bit more room to obviously play for the breakouts and a slight more profit in our edge, which is exactly what we got there. So we kept trading, and then we finally hit our profit here of pretty much plus 3 units, and it would have been $33 if you were using a $1,000 account, pretty much, right? And that's the importance of knowing exactly how to adjust your take profit and your stop losses in sessions, and exactly why strategies like these do actually work. You can use any strategy as long as it has a positive edge of 52% win rate, and you are very clear in your decision making of where to set your targets, right? Here, which would have been like the 140 mark, right? We wanted to set it for the 140 mark. But obviously, because we were struggling down here already at these points and at these points and at these points over here, I just set my take profit at like plus 33, which is here, which is what we managed to hit. And yeah, we were obviously able to do that, adjust our take profit and our stop loss to what it needed to be, respective for the quality of the session. And that's exactly how we were able to reach our take profit in adjusting our stop losses and also our take profit over time during the session. As you can see here though, we started at this point, we went down all the way here, but the strategy definitely does have a clear edge because you can see a positive growth, even though there are these strong drawdowns. There are clearly strong drawdowns in the strategy, but in the long run, it definitely can make you money. So I'd validate this as a really good strategy. But other than that, guys, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Right, so on my YouTube channel, just go and subscribe and make sure that you click this link over here, or you can also just go into one of my videos, like the video now, and there will be a link down here at the bottom. When you click the link, it's going to take you to this page where you can obviously follow me on Instagram, join my free WhatsApp group, or also join my trading program, where you can obviously get access to all the tools as well as the trading Discord inside of here. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching this video and have a great day.